Good evening, guys. Welcome back to another stream here on the Aviator 268 channel. We are in the A380 that has been so anticipated in the simulator, and we're gonna put it to a nice little short flight. It is not going to be what the A380 is normally capable of doing. You know, it's a long haul aircraft, so we're just going to allow it to stretch its legs just across the channel real quick. Short flight, pretty short flight. The flight time is 47 minutes, so an hour and 15 minutes gate to gate. So it's going to be a pretty quick one. So it's just ready to show us what the A380 is. If you haven't seen it before, that's fine. So it's just going to be a quick flight over to London Heathrow. So welcome. We have approximately 300 and odd people to board. So we're going to go ahead and get that started with GSX right away, so that we have that going in the background. So that we, oh, and I also got to open up the cargo doors. So let's do that as well. Yeah, so welcome, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you have been here before, hey, it's good to see you again. Feel free to talk in the chat. Always good to see us interacting, so feel free to do that so that we can have a chat. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss another time we go live. So that would help out the channel a lot. And of course, you can share it with another friend if you are enjoying the content. So GSX has this thing where you are able to connect the tug once well, it's in the settings. So what we're going to do is allow it to begin boarding, and the tug is going to be connected one time, so by the time we're done boarding, we'll definitely be able to just push off the gate without any problems, without any delay, that is. Let's get Volanta started so that could be ready up top, showing where we're going. And it seems that we have air traffic control once we get over the English channel, so we'll be able to hear something, which is good. Give us a little guidance into London Heathrow. One of the things with this aircraft is that we have to be mindful of the size. Being the A380 Super, it can't taxi in certain areas, so we have to be mindful of that. I'm looking on my right screen now to check the airport information here in Charles de Gaulle. Taxiway turn restrictions, and let's see if we can find the A380. That should be not seeing that. I guess should be fine. Taxi it down whatever taxiway we choose. I'm not seeing anything on here that restricts. Yes, we do. Yes, we certainly do. We're going to 9 on the south side. Sorry. Are we on the south side? Oh, on the 8 left. Is it 8 left? Yeah. 8 left. So there are some restrictions. Taxi prohibited 380. So once we push out the gate, so we're parked at the wrong gate. But that's okay. It's the same. We can get away with it. But apparently, taxi is prohibited where we are right here. So technically, we're not supposed to be taxiing over here, anywhere in this area here. So we should have been on the, yeah, Justin, the A380, man. Welcome. We should have been over here. That's where we should have been. I'll show you the charts. So based on where we are, we're here at the E gates. We should not be here because all this is prohibited for the A380. So we should have been at the kilo gates. But we can break the rules just a little bit here on the simulator, so we would definitely remember that for the next time. Good. We have 379, 32 people already on board, so let's jump into the flight deck, guys, and get it started. Here is the flight deck of the A380. It is looking pretty nice. It is looking pretty nice. This is the overhead panel. This is the MCP up here. This is the primary flight displays and all of that. And like I was saying in the last streams, you see how much bigger these screens are. This screen is not working. I think it's an OIT screen. That's not working right now. It should be working in the future. This is the EFB on the right side. And then look at this massive CDU. Reminds me of the 787. All right. And then we have the radios, and we have some of the other light buttons here, and the pitch trim and so on and so on. So we have that. Then of course we have the cabin that's modeled here. This one isn't modeled with any of the paint, but it's just modeled with, you know, just having the aircraft well modeled and designed from the stock. There's some painters who would have done a marvelous job with making it looking just like it should with the air deliveries. For example, Qatar and Qantas and so on, they would have made the livery coincide with the cabin. So that's pretty good. We're looking good. Okay, let's jump over to the EFB. We've already imported the flight, so we're going from we're going from Charles de Gaulle to London Heathrow. This is our flight route. The Opel 6 Lima departure. Opel Uniform Tango 421, Keysax Uniform Tango 426, Zima Uniform Tango 10, Aliso Daniel Aliso 1 Hotel into London. We're looking at an arrival of 9 hours left. Current temperature, current weather in Paris. Pressure is 1020. We can do the raw one, which should show us. So wind 070 at 4,000 meters. I think this is for the visual. Yes, 4,000 meters. We have some. I forgot what BR is. Guys, can you tell me what BR is? Justin, can you remind me what BR is on the meter? Temperature is 06. QNH 1026. So let's get 1026 set there. And we have that set. So for our operating numbers, we should have an estimated 3,000. Did I change this? This is supposed to be not. I'm hoping that it's still in kilograms, because right. So this should be 339 tons, and our fuel is 27 light rain. Yeah, I had a feeling it was that, but I wasn't really sure. All right, baby rain. Got it. So we'll put in the fuel there, 27,000, and 27,000 is our fuel. If I could see that on here. Right, so 27,000 block fuel is what we rounded up. And our zero fuel weight is 339.4 with a takeoff weight of 365.3. So we're well below our structural weight, so we're good to go. We are good to go. Welcome to the streams, guy. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. So let's go down to the ground now and go to payload, and we can see that we have 379, 86 passengers already on board, and that is the upper deck here. Nobody's on the upper deck yet. We have passengers loading in on the main deck. Okay, let's go over to the part here that should be more interesting, which is the MCDU. So it's a little bit different, and I'm going to do another video where dedicated to just understanding how the aircraft goes. So if you don't understand something, or you see me fly through something, don't feel no way. we'll get to that at some point. So we're going to go to active and we're going to initialize, and we're going to copy the new flight plan by requesting it, and we see uplink insert in progress. Then it will upload to public, so it receives. So I click on that and insert it, and so we see here Air France 1780 Super from Paris to Charles de Gaulle, and our alternate is back to Paris. Flight level is 240, costing is 50, and cruise temperature is -33 with a sharp pause of 41,611. Take it over to flight plan, and the two MCDUs work independent of each other. So I could go to the serve on this side and put in my squawk code of, let's say, 0. Click out of that. There we go. Squawk code of 0212. So they work independent of each other, which is fantastic. Departing out of Charles de Gaulle, we are going to take the runway 98 left, sorry. And our departure SID is the Opus 6 Lima, LMNO. Here we go, Opus 6 Lima. No transition, and we input that. And then we see it has all the way up to Aliso. So we insert, then click London, arrival, and we're hoping to do 9er left via the ILS, 9er left, via the Aliso Star, Aliso 1 Hotel. And let's see what it's saying here for our arrival. Mikey, no, we can't. Listen, you're trying to make things difficult for me today. Come on. We want an uneventful flight. No, we can't have an engine flame out, man. What are you talking about? No, sir. Nah, not today. So it's not you. It's somebody else saying that. Tell them we're not going to do that on this flight. Maybe the next one. Alright, so we're looking at the charts here. It's much easier. There is one on the EFB, but this one is a little bit easier for us to see quick fast. So close all of this and let's look at the arrival. Select the arrival on runway 9er left, and we'll take it from seems here is Bingham, so we take it from there and insert that, and that is Bingham Big. What is that? We'll find out right now. So via Biggin, so that is the end of the arrival, and we'll join the ILS from that transition. So coming around then to land on runway 9er left. So in our flight management computer, we will do it via Biggin, and we look at the temporary flight plan, and we can actually do a run through. So we go to plan view and we run through the airport from London, from Charles de Gaulle, up from Aliso, then down towards Bingham and across, and we can insert. Looks good to me, so we are good to go. I thought I finished the squawk code. I guess not. No, man, it's not about being soft, man. Want to make sure we get there with no problems. We don't want to have no problems today. Nah, sir. Maybe one of these days I'll actually do one of those and see what happens. I'll have to make sure I have the quick reference handbook that will help with such a thing. Alright, so we have 145 people of 379, so that's looking good. So now we've already gotten our flight plan in. We can now go to the perf, or fuel and payload. From our flight plan, we have a zero fuel weight of 339.4, So we put that here, 339.4, a block fuel of 27 tons, and our zero fuel weight, we'll get that from the payload here, 35.43, so 35.4. This is 27. And this is 35.4. All this is all populated, so we should land with 11 tons in London. Bags are already on board, so we can close that. Close the cargo doors. And they would have modeled it such that it looks like what it's supposed to. The speed that they go as well. This thing is huge. And you hear the hydraulic as well closing that door. If you just listen, let me turn down the music real quick so you can hear that. That kind of whining sound, you hear whizzing sound, you hear, that's the hydraulics closing the door. That's actually something from the Airbus. So once you hear that, you know it's Airbus. Cool. All right. So back in flight deck, and we're pretty much finished here with that. We can now go to the perf, which is our performance. And given that we do not have an onboard performance, we will have to use our information from Navigraph. So on our SimBrief, flight plan, we'll look at the runway analysis, and we're well below our max, so it's not a wet runway. So we're taking off of runway 8 left, so our flex is 66 with speeds 143, 143, 148. So flex temp of 66 and our V speeds 143, 143, 148. And we're departing with flaps 1 with a trim of 36.75. 36.75, which is 36.8. Packs on, anti-ice is off, everything else is filled. So that's that for the MCDU. So we're pretty much good to go now with that. So the next thing we need to do is turn on the flight director. And we cleared the speed, heading was already cleared, and so we have climb and nav in our FMA. And we can go now in the overhead panel and turn on all of the pumps since our fuel is on. Hey Caribfly, what's going on, man? The aircraft is alright for me for right now. I did a couple of flights with it. We did the delivery flight on Friday. I think it was Friday, either yesterday or Friday. We went from Toulouse to London Heathrow. It was alright. It was kind of twitchy in a sense where the performance is concerned. Then we did an overnight flight from Frankfurt to Hong Kong, and I kind of found it to be a little jittery. But the latest update for it, I would turn on the APU, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we start. Turn on the passenger signs as well. The latest update actually works well. So right now I'm able to go between the cabin with little stutters. I used to have stutters going back and forth just to go between the cabin, and it's now fine. So I'm pretty good with it, where I can move around and I'm comfortable. I'm good. Yeah, it was updated yesterday. So I have the latest update and I'm using the 4K textures. I changed the setting in the simulator where I downgraded the textures from ultra to high, the texture resolution from ultra to high, and that gave me some really good frames back. I'm pleased with it, quite pleased with it. So we just started the APU, so that's that noise back there, the engine in the back of the tail. Yeah, so there's a recommended performance benchmark. I'm running, and you can check, you can put exclamation point spec, and you'll see what I'm running as well. So you're able to run it at pretty decent. Once you have a card that gives you at least that, you should be good. 227 of 379. So we're getting pretty close to our pushback time. We started at 7:15, so we should be off. We should be off the gate by, it's now 7:37. We should be off 7:37. Get it? Yeah, geek joke. Only aviators will get it, right? They should be off the gate in the next 7 to 8 minutes or so. We should be off the gate in the next 7 to 8 minutes. So APU is on. We can turn on the bleed air. And in another couple of minutes or so, I would then turn off the generators and allow the aircraft to work on the APU. Okay. How much VRAM do you have right now? Yeah, so I had an RTX 2060 with 6GB, and I had to change mine because initially when the Inibils A300 came out, imagine, I'm okay with the PMDG airplanes. I can fly, I'm getting 40 frames and so on. But the moment I turn on the sim with the Inibils A300, I dropped from 30 something frames, 40 something frames down to 5 frames. It was killing. I don't know what they were doing with those planes. I'm still trying to figure out why, if PMG can do it, some other airlines, even Phoenix of all people, their aircraft is it's heavy on the system, and you're gonna tell me they can optimize the aircraft to the point where nobody has to change their graphics card? I just found it very weird. So I'm hoping that with the A350, when they bring it out for 2024, guys, the A350, the 2024 is coming out in the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks, guys. It seemed like so far back in July, I think either June or July when they announced it, but look, it's coming out in the next 2 weeks. Carfly says I had 2 rigs before, but one burned and the other. Ouch, that's crazy. Yeah, that hurts though. I'm feeling that for you. You must have been really upset. Yeah, so I had to upgrade myself, and so I upgraded not only the CPU but also my graphics card and got at least that. I don't see any cards. I'm full AMD right now, so I don't see any cards that have more that has more than 16 gigs. I may be wrong because I haven't checked it out. But I'm liking how AMD is going on. I like how it goes. It's not bad at all. The only challenge I'm having is I have to be tweaking on my own because there isn't any YouTube video that's gonna teach me or help me to figure out how to do the. Give me 1 second. There's no YouTube video that's going to tell me how to fix or add certain things to the AMD card, certain settings to the AMD. So I have to just figure it out from watching the NVIDIA productions on YouTube and just figure it out for the AMD, because there's nothing out there. Alright guys, we are getting close to our departure time. It is now, we have 277 of 379. So we're putting on, we're pushing on. We can run the cockpit preparation through. Can't talk now. Cockpit preparation checklist. So we'll run that. And our gear pins and covers are removed. Fuel quantity is 27 tons. That is checked. And our bar references, our QNH is 1024, and that is set twice. And so the seatbelt signs need to go on. I thought I put them on. Oh no, I had them on auto. Seatbelt sign on, so that checklist is complete. 288 of 379. So how many computers you have now, Carbfly? I'm actually wanting to do another computer so I can have a streaming computer. That's the next goal. So I'm hoping to do that. I'm gonna get a couple of hardware coming in the next 2 or 3 weeks, so that should be exciting. On the right side, let's go back to FMC2, and we'll take flight plan on this side. Since I'm the pilot flying, flight plan will go on the right side, and the performance will be on the left side here. Now to show you something that's a little bit different, we can now see our ground charts. One of the things again that I like about this whole setup, you're able to see everything you want on the flight deck right in front of you. You don't have to switch to the side to look at it or anything like that. It's right here in front of you. So you see your flap settings on the left side here, your takeoff settings here, and this is the ground map. ONAS, onboard navigation airport system. So here we are at E26. We will push back and taxi out here, go on to Tango, take Tango all the way down to 8 left, and then jet out of Charles de Gaulle in Russie. Let's check the departure real quick. We didn't do that briefing, so let's look at it right now. So we're looking at Charles de Gaulle, chart 20-3 Foxtrot, chart date is 25. Yeah, not sure what just happened a while ago. Cool. Are you guys still hearing me? I just lost connection a while ago apparently. So if you still hear me, you can just let me know in the chat. Alright, so we're departing. Our initial clearance is 10K. So we put that in the window. And so pilots of turbojet aircraft have to follow the initial climb with the sharpest precision practicable until reaching 4.6 of the Papa Golf Sierra or at flight level. Yeah, that's crazy, but good. Glad to be back. I think they've been doing that, as a matter of fact, because the last stream as well I had a problem, so INET needs to get it together. They need to get it together, man. So 8 left is our departing climb on heading 084, track Papa Golf 081, then to Papa Golf 084. Then we make a left turn towards Opel and climb to flight level 100. Once we take off, we climb all the way up to flight level 240. Again, short flight, so we don't need to go so high, just across the English Channel, and we'll be good to go. Once we get airborne, we'll set our arrival information one time. So this is what the flight looks, guys. Take off, left turn towards Opal, Keysacks, Dimol. Once we get to Dimol, we're over the English Channel to Aliso, and then we're on the arrival into London Heathrow. Is there still air traffic control online? Yes, center is still online for now. So let's try to get out of here. We have 346 of 379. So we are getting there. We can go ahead and disconnect. We'll disconnect these ground power units. Aircraft is fully now on APU. Alright, so our departure is runway 8 left. I didn't complete that. Once we're on the takeoff roll, our V speeds are 143, 143, 148. If we have any engine failure or anything that pops up on the ECAM, we will come to a complete stop, reject the takeoff, and we'll assess the situation, then come off via the nearest taxiway. And then we'll advise on the frequency since there is no air traffic control. Once we pass V1, we are committed to the takeoff. We climb to 5,000 feet, 6,000 feet as a matter of fact, based on the chart. We will clean the aircraft. We will come back around on a right downwind and then land on 8 right, which is a long enough runway for us. We are under the max takeoff, landing, and takeoff, so we would be fine in terms of coming back for an immediate landing. Alright, other than that, we are looking for a pretty good flight, so we are good to go. If there aren't any questions, the takeoff briefing is complete. So let's check now the before start checklist. Parking brake is set. Thrust speeds, we have 143, 143, 148. And our beacon is not on as yet. We will do that once the doors are closed. If you just joined in, welcome. We are heading to London Heathrow. We are in the A380. Usually I fly real time, so it would have been dark right now, but hey, what's the point of that? Can't see nothing in the dark. So again, it's a simulator. We can do what we want. So we're flying daytime right now. And so it is early morning. I've set it to be 12 hours exactly from where we are, so it is 7:48 a.m. with the beautiful A380. It's a pretty nice airplane. I will not kid you. I kid you not. It is. I didn't think I would actually like the plane that much, but it is really, really nice. Really, really nice. Okay, last passenger is coming on board right now, 379, and we are good to go. We're just gonna step down and talk to the flight attendant wherever she is. I guess she is behind this staircase. They're still supposed to model where they stand, but oh well. We will check out the cabin shortly once we have time. So we can't get to talk to the flight attendant. So Michael, we can't talk to the flight attendant today. Alright, close the door, jump back into our seat, and flip the beacon. And let's see here. That internet spike seems to have gotten my Michael says he wants a refund. Refund from what? What do you want a refund for, sir? Alright. We're ready for push. So we're gonna set our takeoff trim. So we're moving this now to 30 Oh. Micah says he wants his attention from his flight attendant. Okay, something isn't right here. Okay. Trying to move my... Okay. Alright. I guess once we start the engine, we should be fine. Okay. So, we are ready to push. So we're ready to go, ready to go, ready to go. So let's call for GSX to push us back. Gonna go nose left.
Release parking brakes.
That was really quick. Alright, so we release parking brake. Parking brakes is released and we start the timer.
All engines clear.
And we need to alert Tropical Traffic Air France 1780 Super pushing off Echo 26, expecting the departure runway 08 left, Tropical Traffic. And we're off the gate. Look at this whale, guys. Start sequences 1 and 2, then 3 and 4. So we turn on the engine start to ignite, and we start engine 1 and 2. And we see that we have ignition. Engine 1 and 2 are starting up. Engine 1 and 2 is started. Wait for the avail light on the top. Once we get avail, then we can start engine 2, engine 3 and 4. Avail is light on, engine 3 and 4. Start fissure is cut off. 3 and 4 are now going. Hey, what's going on, Trevon? Everything is cool. Just pushed off the gate a while ago, so we're gonna get this whale out of here. Parking brake is set. And the aircraft is screaming at us that we need to turn on the transponder. So we go into serve and put transponder to auto. And we just go ahead and put a TARA right away. Engine 2, engine 3 and 4 are now available. Turn engine start to normal.
Unlocking gear.
And while they're unlocking the gear, let's do our checks. We can take off the APU bleed, take out the master switch, and just like how Airbus likes it, all lights are extinguished. That means we're good to go. No ECAM warning, so we are good to go. We'll go ahead and do our flight controls check. Rudder left, rudder right, neutral, fully left, fully right, neutral, fully up, fully down. And for those who want to see what it looks like outside, this is what this whale looks like. Rudder left, and rudder right, fully left, fully right, fully up, fully down. I'm here contemplating on should I remove all my nav data stuff. Oh, NVIDIA. Aren't you still using an NVIDIA card though? Firefly? Alright, flight controls are checked, so we can now move our stabilizer, which is right in front of us here, going up to 37 point nothing. Get it in that magenta line, that magenta area, then it turns green, so we know we are close to what we got. So we're going to take it at 37.0, and that is set. Then we can run the checklist. After start checklist, anti is not required. Pitch trim 37.0 set takeoff, and the rudder trim is normal, and that's automatically done since it was in green. Checklist is complete. Arm the spoilers, put on the auto brakes and flaps 5, and listen to that sound. Whew. This plane is huge. Oh, okay. So is it a situation where you have to constantly change it in the NVIDIA panel? Because you might just want to find out where you can set it and leave it, because that's a bit much if you have to do that every time. Takeoff config test, and it is normal. So let's now taxi. So our taxi is going to take us left out of here onto Tango. We'll take Tango, which is this this taxiway here, and take it all the way down to Tango 1 for departure. Charles de Gaulle traffic, Air France 1780 Super, taxi to runway 08 left via Tango 1. On the whole, last time I pegged, that froze my sim. Last time you pegged, in terms of what? When you changed it? Taxi light going on. Runway turn off lights going on. And let's run our taxi checklist. Taxi checklist. Flight controls are checked. Both sides. The flap setting is 1+F. Radar is on. Taxi checklist is complete. So let's apply some breakaway thrust. And get this mammoth moving. Oh, I guess it would also help if I would turn off the parking brake. Yeah, I think that might help. Always forgetting something, right? Here we go. And we are off the gate at taxiing at 7:59. Please don't tell the company anything, guys. Although they can already see it with the A cars, right? A cars would tell everything. So we make this left turn up ahead. You know, we take it all the way to the end. Nah, we take the left turn here, then we make that left and go all the way down via Tango. Unlike the 777, it is not such a wide airplane, so, or long airplane rather, so you don't necessarily have to wait so long to overshoot, so we can do that. We are cleared left, cleared right. Once you're in the turn, you have to, it seems that you have to use some power because the taxi speed drops once you're in the turn. So if I let go the tiller and go straight, the speed's gonna go up, but watch this, when I turn, speed goes down. So you gotta keep that up once you're turning. Alright, we're on the straight path now, so we're gonna give it a little bit more boost and get our speed up to about 12 knots. Another A380 just popped up a while ago. $13 knots. So we're on Romeo. You're gonna make a left onto Tango at the next left, and then take Tango all the way down, so at least our wings aren't close by to anything out here. We don't want Charles de Gaulle to be cussing us out for hitting any of their poles, you know what I mean? So we make a left here on Romeo Tango 4. If the fly-by-wire guys are watching me right now, they'll tell me to not fly the aircraft like this because you're not supposed to be in a turn more than 10 knots because you will skid the front tire. But hey, I gotta keep this plane moving. And we're pretty light anyway, so it is what it is. Cool. So we taxi on Tango, take Tango all the way down. And then we make the left on Tango 1. And we get out of Charles de Gaulle. I'm getting a slight lag right about now, and I'm thinking it's because we had that issue with the internet, because everything was smooth up until that point. Let's hope that it gets a little bit clearer once we get airborne. So we make this little left at the Y and maintain Tango. That way is towards November. We don't want to do that. We're heading to the runway, so we will keep left at the fork, as they would say. So here's the game plan, guys, because again, once we get airborne, it's going to be a very quick 47 minutes. And because we are light, we actually have tailwinds going up towards London today. So once we get airborne past flight level, once we get to flight level 240, we're going to start our preparations for arrival, because it's a very, very quick flight. Okay, so this is Tango 2. We'll go down to Tango 1. Yeah, let's go to Tango 1. Flight attendants, seats for departure, please. Charles de Gaulle traffic, Air France 1780 Super. A line up runway 8 left. Charles de Gaulle traffic. Alright, so this is a bit of a tight turn. Justin says that the FA just tossed a baguette at you. Oh my goodness. Her bad wow. Her bad breath and even worse, her weave. Oh my goodness. Why you guys are so mean though? Trevor says don't tell them to come anything. Delay. Listen. Just cool. You know, it'd be funny if Phoenix were to actually do the A380 or to do something like that. Let's see here. Checklist for lineup. Takeoff on runway 08 left, and left is 8 left is where we are. Cabin crew is advised. Pax 1 and 2 is on. Lineup checklist is complete. Yeah, that ADC boy, I tell you. It'll be interesting if they were to implement all of that into the... I guess they will, eventually. Guys, this is really a nice airplane. I'm not even going to front. It is a very, very nice airplane. Especially because it is freeware. My goodness. Alright, let's line up a little bit better, because we should be able to. There we go. Come to a stop. And let's review our departure. Departure is the Opel 6 Lima. And it's takeoff straight ahead at 084. And then we are to turn as best as possible onto that left turn, as precise as they would say, as practical. If before V1 we have any engine failure or any other ECAM status, ECAM messages, we will stop, and then we will assess the situation. If not, after V1 we are committed to the takeoff, and we'll make sure we aviate, navigate, then communicate. Alright, let's go. Final checklist. Runway 08 left, and standard SID is Opel 6 Lima. Flap setting is 1 plus F. That's confirmed. Takeoff speed 143.143.146. And our altitude is 10,000. And our checklist is complete. Lights coming on. Let's get one last view of the outside. This whale of an airplane, and let's go. Start the timer. Pressure on the stick. Charles de Gaulle traffic, Air France 1780. Takeoff runway 8 left. Manned flex 66 SRS and runway auto thrust is blue. 80 knots. Check. Slowly release the stick. And we're so light that we're already lifting up. V1 rotates. Pause over the climb. Gear up. Nav. Woo! Isn't that beautiful, chat? Look at that. Beautiful airplane. Charles de Gaulle traffic, 1780 Super. Cleared runway passing 1.5. Climb maintain value of 240 Vita Opel 6 Lima departure. Last call. See ya. Climb thrust set. And one of the things as well about this airplane is that it is so easy to fly. Airbuses are generally easy to fly in terms of hand flying. Beautiful airplane. Flap, speed check, flaps up. This plane is so easy to hand fly, it's not even funny. Change the altitude now to flight level 240, and that will be our cruise for today. Get a little nose up attitude so we don't burst through that 250. There we go. This plane is climbing. We are extremely light. Michael said one last view. Not in that sense, sir. We're through our transition level, standard set. Not in that way at all, Michael. Not the one last view. We're not doing any illegal stuff here, man. This plane is climbing like a rocket. We'll hand flight up to 10,000 feet, then we'll turn on autopilot. This is actually somewhat like what happened when we left the Paris when I was there. I remember we took off. I wasn't at a window, so I couldn't see what was going on outside. But I remember us taking off, and we headed straight out for like about 5 minutes before we actually did any turns. Passing 10,000 feet, landing lights coming off, and we can engage the autopilot 1, and allow the plane to accelerate. Let's run the after takeoff checklist. If that's already done, cool. All right, so let's go back to plan on the left side. So we're going direct Opal at the moment. We can actually put that from present position direct, so we get a better, smoother turn. And we can go on the outside. Ooh, that is beautiful. Is it just me, or the windows on the A380 are just that small? Let me turn this down just a little bit. There we go. The A380, guys, from that is a nice picture. I'm going to take that picture right here. Beautiful. Justin says, I appreciate FLYBYWIRE for actually putting effort into making the interior and exterior airplanes sound and feel like the real thing. Pairware companies that manage to get sounds wrong should be ashamed. That is so true. That is really, really true. It always, let me turn this on just a little bit more. The fly-by-wire simulator is one that I respect, because as a freeware model, it is so well done. Even the A320 and A320 Neos, it is so well done. You just can't believe that it's freeware. It's something that we should pay money for, but there are a set of people who the community really appreciate. Outstar, we're almost at flight level 240. They are really a company that we appreciate, because they're creating these sort of things and they take their time to ensure that it is done right. No, Michael, the United doesn't have any A380s. Actually, no American company has the A380. No American airline has an A380. We use the Airbus. The biggest Airbus that they would use is the A350. That's what they use over the American side. So Delta has the A350. I think Delta is the only one that uses the A350 for the North American. Yeah, I think that, yeah, American Delta. Justin, let me know. I think Delta is the only airline, American-based airline, that uses the A350. The A380 is all for the Eastern world. So British Airways, Air France, Thai, who else? Qantas. There is Etihad, Emirates. Quite a few of those countries over there use the A380. So it's Boeing on the west side. Boeing, you know what they say, if it's Boeing, it's not going. Especially in the interior and exterior window panels is quite thick, and that makes the viewing out the window kind of difficult. So for persons like us who like to video these kind of things, it will be difficult for us to do that, right? Okay, so we're at cruise right now, guys. Let's release the cabin. A very short flight, very short flight. So right now we have 200 nautical miles to go. So guys, we got to do this real quick. So let's look at our information here. We got our charts. We're going to, and this is the reason why I don't use the chart over here. It just takes a little while longer. There's a 1 hotel, and 9 left is where we're going. And let's look at the airport. Taxiing. Why does it just want to work? Okay, taxiing, parking stands, and taxiing A380. Good. So we already have the star. Let's look at our pin charts. So looking at the star, we are going to let's get it wider here. Aliso, Rotno, Etvax, Tiger, then Lima Echo 01, then to Biggin. So based on what we see here, we're to cross Etvax at flight level 180, and we're to cross Biggin at flight level 70. So let's look at our chart. Etvax here, it's already in, so we are good to go. And the next waypoint will be Biggin at 7,000. So we have that. So our top of descent should be at 8:31 within the next few minutes. Let's go to our perf page and we can look at our descent. Distance is 35 minutes and we should land with 19 tons. Interesting, it doesn't tell us the prediction. I guess that will come in the future, but it does have the top of descent right here, so that at least shows for us to begin our descent. But I'm pretty sure the prediction, the top of descent, would be right here in terms of the distance. Should come up on the cruise, or even at the. Let me see something. If I were to put, can this be edited? No, it can't. All right. So let's look at our approach now, and we look at the weather in London, Heathrow. Winds out of the east-southeast at 5 knots. Visibility is overcast at 1600. Wow. 11 on the temperature, and QNH is 1027. So let's put all that in here. Wind is 110 at 5. Outside temperature is 16 we said? Let's double check that. 11. And QNH is 1027. And so our V approach speed is going to be 136. So all of that is set up. So we are good to go. Let's go back to our approach. Hey, what's going on, Wade? Welcome. Just trying to make this this Airbus land in London Heathrow. ILS runway 09. We need to be at 2,500 feet, which is where we catch the glide at 7.5 to the touchdown. The ILS decision height is 279, so we need to put that here. 279, and that is set. I have not learned or managed yet how to put my rings. As a matter of fact, it should be the same. Let's see. Huh. Enable, I guess. Constraints are not there. No. Alright. Overfly, enable alternate, the destination constraints, CMS, step altitudes. Interesting. Okay. I'll have to check to see how I can input a fix. I know in the other Airbuses I'm able to, let me see, on the constraints. No, not that either. I'll have to figure that out. I'll read some more to see if I can put in my range rings. Alright. So we are coming up on our top of the descent shortly. We can set our barometric, our QNH, and reset that. Let's see if we still have ATC online. Nope. So we are on our own, guys, which is fine, which is just fine. In some cases, we say we don't need no stinking ATC. I'm just playing, guys. ATC is great. Alright, so while we're waiting on that to happen, let's look at the next chart, which is the taxi chart for the A380. Because there are certain places we cannot taxi with the A380. This is the gate. Which chart did I do that? There we go. So this is for the A380 only. We're landing on the 9 left. So once we taxi on, once we get to 9 left, we should exit either Alpha 5 or Alpha 4, Alpha 6 or Alpha 5, and we taxi via Kilo, then Bravo, then Foxtrot, and we're parked somewhere here on the Pier 5. It's not gonna be a long taxiway at all. So landing on runway 0809 left. Plan to exit via Alpha 6 or Alpha 5. If anything, we roll all the way to the end to Alpha 4. We don't think we need to do that, so we should be good with that. Alright, so let's now plan a little bit more. Let's look at our star. So just to recap, we are on the Aliso 1 Hotel, RNAV, and our descent plan is to cross the ETVAX FLYBYWIRE A380. Then we should cross Lima Lima Echo 01 at a max of 250 knots, and then cross Bingen at flight level 70 at 220. So that's our max. And then we continue downwind for the ILS runway 9 left. And so for the ILS 9 left, it is final approach course of 089. The frequency is 110.3, and we have IIA as the identifier. For the missed approach, we climb straight ahead when passing 1580 feet or distance 00 from the India Alpha Alpha inbound, whichever is later. Climbing left turn to track 036 to 3000, then as directed, and we would probably hold at the chill turn, make a left downwind, and come back around to land once we set up the approach. By 7.5 DME, we should catch the glide slope, and we'll descend with the glide until our final. At 500 feet, we will do a manual landing. We'll test the auto land at some other point. Alright, going over the English Channel right now. We are now over water. But yes, I was saying, Justin, the whole idea of these people not making the sounds correct, I don't know what it is. I don't know if they want to not take the time to get it done. But we do appreciate these guys for, one, it being freeware, two, it being accurate, and we can't fault them. They're volunteers, they're not asking for money, so whenever it's done, it's done. And this alpha version is pretty neat for what it's worth. I know for me, in my view, it's going to give us a precursor to the A350, given that the A350 is very close to the A380. So it's something to look forward to. It is something to look forward. I'm just hoping that Anybills optimizes their Airbus. Given that they're doing all of this stuff, they're the one building nearly half the planes in the new sim. So I'm hoping that they optimize the aircraft to the T, so that persons don't have to be changing their video cards. It's just something I always found weird. Why does somebody have to upgrade their video card every time they get a new sim? If I have a video card that's supposed to be good, why do I have to change it in the next 2 years? Nah. So I'm hoping that I don't have to change mine within the next 5 or 6 years. So I'm good with that. I am good with that. The A380. Oh, so let me do this real quick. So this is the downstairs. This is where the peasants sit. Let me stop, because I'll be sitting down here too. This is where the economy class is. The limitation for Flight Simulator right now is that we can only board through one door at a time, and all these doors are animated on the left side of the airplane, so we could see that. We boarded through the middle door, the second door there. So it said area work in progress, cabin expertly crafted by Repsol, textured by Mike. So he did an excellent job. When you look at how this thing is textured, it's really, 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 really nice. Attention to detail is just awesome. All right, let's just do what we can't do in real life and just teleport upstairs. And this is the business class cabin. And we have the suites up front. So I think this will be the best seat right here. I remember Blue was talking about this is the seat he wants, where he will sit right here, where he can see out the window somehow. Then you have these other suites up front. So it's a pretty decent, pretty decently modeled airplane. I do like it. I do like it. So let's head back down these stairs. Mikey's, the flight attendant is supposed to be somewhere in between here. Don't know where she's at. Back up the stairs. Close the door. Don't want anybody in here. Don't want Michael up here. Okay. So we are approximately 20 nautical miles. Nope. Less than 10 miles. So let's do this now. We're... I said doo-doo? What is doo-doo? Oh, it's dodo you mean. We have 180 is what we're supposed to initial. So we're gonna go. So one of the things that I like to do, I like to start it early so it gives us a nice little descent. Let's turn on the seatbelt sign. Get them back in their seats. Get our initial descent to cross FTEX, ETVAC, at flight level 180. And then our next altitude is going to be down to flight level 70. Then we make a left base to join left base down the downwind, sorry, a left downwind, then a right base to join the localizer runway 09er. If you're enjoying the stream, guys, please do consider leaving a like. You can also consider leaving a donation using the link that will be on the link I just said. You can leave a donation there for us. That would be great. And also just subscribe as well. It'll help the channel to grow as well, and we appreciate you for viewing with us today. We're flying the A380 from Fly-By-Wire. Really beautiful airplane. This looks gorgeous. Even if you don't like the airplane, you can't say you don't like how this looks. I mean, look at it, look at it. Look at it. The painter did an excellent job with it, so I am, man, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I am happy. When you subscribe, make sure that you check you tick that on, click on the notification bell so you don't miss the next live that we do. I am trying to do Tuesday nights as a regular, guys. That's the plan. Life be lifing sometimes. Hope we're getting the outside view on touchdown too. I can't do that unless we're doing an autoland, Michael, and we're not going to do an autoland. And I actually don't have, let's see, you know what, let's see this. I'll do this. I'll do this. I got you, Mikey. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Once you get to the gate, we'll definitely do a replay. So I got you. No worries. No worries. No worries. So we get to see what my landing looks like once we're coming in. So we could do that. We could definitely do that. So we're coming up to flight level 180. We will go ahead and reset this down to 7,000. London traffic, Airbus Air France 1780 Super. Descending via the Aliso 1 Hotel, will cross FVAX at flight level 180. Continue to cross Biggin at flight level 70. Expecting the ILS runway 09 left, London traffic. For a moment I forgot that I'm flying online and I have to give those announcements. If you're flying online, guys, it is important to make sure you make your announcements. There's several people flying as well. So it's just etiquette. Just etiquette. Let's get the approach, the star. Alright, there's our airplane. Crossing FVAX. Continue descent now to 7,000. Just had a lag spike. Okay, not sure what that was about. Cool. Alright, we're gonna set auto brake low. I have not tested the brake to vacate as yet. When I tried it on a test flight in Australia, the system locked up. I don't know what it is, so I'll test it offline at some other point. And then another time when we stream the A380, we can actually do the brake to vacate on the stream. You can also join the Discord chat, guys, the official Aviator268 chat, where you get some news as well of things that are coming out, also when there's an next stream. So feel free to join the Discord channel as well, where you can always send a text, and if we can do group flights and set up those group flights as well. We want to be able to do that on the network. So please feel free to join that. We're 9 miles from the Lima Lima Echo 01, so our speed is gonna come back shortly to cross that at a max of 250 knots. And just a heads up, Michael, the program that I'm using, I haven't heard anybody tested it on the A380 yet in terms of the replay. So let's hope that it works. But we'll see how it works. Don't worry about it. Once I land, I'm good. We can do anything. We can break anything after I land and get to the gate. So we should definitely try that. Right, crossing Lima Lima Echo 01 in 2.5 nautical miles. And I might very well engage the speed myself, do a speed intervention and slow the aircraft down to about 210. Continue our descent to now flight level 70. And I believe the transition altitude is 75, flight level 75. Is it? Transition altitude should be 75. Huh. What is that at one point? Oh well. Oh, here it is. Transition altitude is 70, but I believe it is 75. The transition is 75. So we descend to 7,000 feet now. So we do a speed intervene and we slow to 240 knots. Matter of fact, 220 knots. And let's get some speed brakes out to help us slow down. And again, you can see the speed brake indicator here. So I don't have to look very far to see what's going on. One of the beauties of this airplane. Really, really love that. Crossing 10,000 feet, we can now turn on our exterior lights. I'm sure I got a violation for that. Oh no, I didn't. Cool. So our METAR said that we would have had overcast, so you can actually see the overcast right ahead of us. So we're going to enter into all of that suit just now, and London is somewhere, the airport is somewhere down there. Alright, so we overshot that, but that's quite alright. We can continue to descend down to 7,000 feet. In a little while we will descend down to 5,000 once we get closer to the runway. So the performance might become a little degraded because of the airport that we're landing in. So again, because it's an alpha, the performance is going to be a little bit shoddy, a little bit spotty because of the unoptimization, if that's a word, of the airplane. But it is still very flyable. Yo, Brandon, what's up? What's up? What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. So we're at speed 220 at the moment, and we're now flying on a downwind leg. Almost there, guys. We've been flying for 31 minutes right now. Flight time was supposed to be 43, so maybe we could get down a little bit early based on the descent. Arrival is in 12 minutes, so we're good. We are good. Transition level, standard set. Now, local altimeter set, QNH 1027. Alt star. So we'll maintain 7,000 for a little while longer. Very loud horn. That's the altitude horn, by the way. So because it is that cloudy, we can't see the airport. The airport is somewhere on this side. Let's run the approach checklist. The QNH 1027 is set and checked. Minimum is 279 is set. Auto brake level low. And approach checklist is complete. Alright, now descend down to 4,000. And we'll do an open descent. Alright, Brandon, hope you didn't have to fuss nobody out today. Slow down to 210. Heathrow traffic. Air France 1780 Super descending through 6,800 for 4,000. On the downwind, a beam runway 09er left. Will make a right base to John localizer runway 09 left. Heathrow traffic. I'm trying to make sure that we're on the right frequency. Yeah, we are. Ah, no wonder. There we go. I'm here talking on the frequency, nobody can hear me. Heathrow traffic, Air France 1780 Super descending through 6,100 for 4,000. We'll make right base to join the localizer runway 09er left, Heathrow. All this time I'm talking and the system, so the radios on here is even modeled the way it's supposed to. If I don't press this button right here, it's not going to activate, and it doesn't, you will not hear it. Must be green. That is cool. They really modeled this thing really well. Alright, so we are at speed 2. We're gonna level at 4,000. The altitude restrictions is a 7 and a 6 over here, but I am going to keep it at that, simply so I don't get myself in a problem, especially where the speeds are concerned. So we're gonna back off the speeds shortly. I can now switch to the approach chart, the approach plate, the ILS. And we'll now the landing system activate that, and that is already active. $4,000. Once we enter the right base, we descend to 3,000. and that way we should be above the glide by then. We're at 210, we'll slow to 200 once we begin the turn. There's a super who just landed a while ago. He just delivered a plane from Toulouse. That's great for him. Bringing on turn now. Let's slow to 200. As you see, the glide is now coming above that, so we are looking pretty good. Descend now 3,000. And we'll go speed check flaps 1. I just love the sound of that. Just love the sound of it. And we're going to enter the soup now. Continue our descent down to 3,000. Speed now 180. Dig the cabin. Heathrow traffic, Air France 1780. 12 miles track to go. Right base, will join the localizer, will call establish. Runway 8 left. Correction, 9 left. Heathrow traffic. Alright, on the localizer. So we maintain 3,000. And we'll go flaps 2. Speed check, flaps 2. Maintaining 3,000 and 180 until we catch the glide. Once we get the glide, we will let it go to manage speed, alt star, 3,000 feet. Let's run the checklist. Landing checks will be run once we get on the ILS. 10 miles to go. And we'll go gear down. And we have the localizer, and we're on the approach, and we have the glide slope captured, manage speed for laps 3, speed check, Heathrow traffic, Air France 1780, fully established on the ILS, runway 8 left, 8 miles, track to go.
2,500.
Dropping speed, check 2,500. And flaps full. Landing checklist. Speed brakes armed. Landing checklist is complete. And let me start this recording so that Michael doesn't get upset. Here we go, chat. It's landing time. And our mist altitude is set 3000. Here comes the whale. Snapping a quick picture. Runways in sight. Heathrow traffic is Air France 1780 Super. 4 mile final runway and 9 left Heathrow. Let's mute the music real quick. Focus on the landing. Pretty smooth so far. So you see guys, it's pretty smooth in terms of the running 1000 check. It's pretty smooth in terms of the performance. So it's pretty flyable. Once you set your system the way it's supposed to and you have the recommended settings, you should be able to fly the bird with no issues. Alright, let's change this to now the taxi. And we're aiming for Alpha 6. Why not? Let's just hand fly the airplane. My airplane.
400.
400 check. Small corrections. Heathrow traffic 1780 final. Breeze is blowing us off the course. The localizer just a bit, but that's fine.
Minimum.
Continue.
100.
Check.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
And
5.
Touchdown. Speed brakes up. Decel. Reverses green. Versus Norman. 60 knots. Manual braking.
Auto brake off.
Stop the timer. And just like slow guys, we are here. Got us here 1 minute later than we should have, but it is all right. Okay, so we are to taxi off here. If I could see where I'm going, Alpha 6, which is this next taxiway. We'll slow down to 10 knots. Make a right and exit. Now that seemed like a pretty nice touchdown. So let's see what my landing rate is just now. Heathrow traffic. Air France 1780 Super. Exit on Alpha 6 taxi to the RAM via Kilo and Bravo. So we will exit, go up towards Kilo, then we make the right onto Bravo because we cannot use Alpha as a taxi on the A380. APU master switch on. 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds, and we can start. Clean up the airplane. Flaps coming up. Take Kilo, then a right turn, and then we have some A380s on the ramp. We're gonna go to stand 342, which is down kilo. Taxi light can come on, and all the exterior lights can come off. The whale, the A380 whale. Now, this is the reason why we're going to have problems. You see that Airbus, that's the Airbus right there? Chances are we're going to do one of them clipping of that tail. Let's see how this is going to go. I am not fancying this any at all. Air France versus British. What do you say? This is going to be interesting. If you bleed air can come on. All right, let's see how this is going to go. I'm sorry, buddy. See if I can come off just a bit to the side. And clip just a little bit. Nah, we got this. And okay, yeah, sorry. Woo, that was a bit close. He probably still got clipped, but that's better than taking off his whole tail, right? Better than taking off his whole tail. Oh, interesting. He did a mist. Cool. Alright, so we're going to gate 342. So let's get GSX up real quick. Gate 342. 342 heavy, and we'll use British Airways. So how'd you like that touchdown there, guys? I guess you need to see it on the replay. But what did it seem like for you? Did it seem smooth? What? Talk to me, guys. Let's get the ONAS up. Interesting that that's a 390 was supposed to be a super. Oh wow, that's strange. Not sure why that's happening. So we make the next left here onto Foxtrot. Oh, that wasn't him, or was it? That's probably him coming out here. So we make the left here. And our gate is right on the end. So who just landed a while ago? That person was an Airbus 390, not sure, or 320, not sure what that was. Oh well. Gate 342, seat on the ground here. We can turn off the taxi light so we don't blind anybody, take off our strobes, and slow down a bit and make that left turn. We can cue back the music. There we go. Stop. Set the parking brakes. Parking brake is set. We have APU bleed, so we can turn off our engines and stop the timer. An hour and 10 minutes. I'm not going to do the deboarding process here. I'm going to end my flight on the A cars. And then we will do a replay just so that Michael can see what's going on. Michael, you still up? Where's that bird? Ah, there it is. Alright, so let's come offline real quick. We'll disconnect. Alright, so we're going to put a stop to this recording and then let's see if we can do this. Alright, I don't know how the pin is going to react, guys, so if it messes up, I'm sorry. I'm going to close Volanta so I don't have an issue with Volanta trying to do anything funny with my... Alright, so that's closed. So let's see if we can do a rewind. Alright, so let's pause this real quick. Let's see, let's make sure that our engines are on. No, they're not. So we got to start these engines. Alright, so I need to start the engines to make sure that they are where they're supposed to be. I should have done it on the ground. So let's get that up. Right, so like I said, guys, I didn't know how this was going to react. So I needed to make sure that the engines were started before that. So engine 1 or 2 are coming online now. Once I say avail, then I can go ahead and start engine 2, 3, and 4. So get that set up. Just about to get the next 2 engines up. Once they're available, then we can go ahead with the replay. And they're coming online right now. Here we go. And we're good to go. All right. So let's hit the play button and cool. So this is the replay, guys. Let's see how well I did. Trying to get the perfect angle so that we can watch that replay. Fast forward just a bit. Let's fast forward. Here we go. So I was able to get the still on the poppy lights where I got the 2 whites, 2 reds. And you see the wing. Oh, this is beautiful. This is so with the ailerons doing this, where they're flexing like that, that's actually typical of the Airbus. So it's accurately modeled is what we're seeing here. And touchdown. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. We're going to stay right here and watch that again. Let's watch that again. So what do you think about that landing there, Michael? Easy to That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. Pretty nice, pretty nice, pretty nice. Bringing the aircraft in for a stop. So yeah, guys, so that's where we are right now with the A380. It is beautiful. I love it. I'm actually really enjoying it. So it's a plane that I'll definitely be flying more often. Of course, we're going to be flying other things on the stream, but listen, it's really been a joy on this short flight. Look out for a tutorial flight with it. I'm going to do a tutorial series with the airplane, so anybody that wants to learn the aircraft without having to read too much, because I know some persons are very much visual learners. I'm one of those learners as well. So we'll definitely get some A380 tutorials going, just like I did with the 737. So look out for those very shortly. But yeah, here we are. So once again, thank you guys for sticking around. I appreciate you. I really do appreciate you. We are gonna try our very best to do some more streams. Hopefully you can get some more pilots to join us on the stream as well, so we can do some group flights. But of course, make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out a whole lot. Until next time, make sure that you stay safe and that you take care of yourselves. Guys, have a wonderful evening. 268. See ya.